So going to the charts, we see I have a bunch of trades that this is the column that shows how far the trade went. This one went 14R. This one went 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Then it went 7R after it came back into the zone. But on it, anyways, we're going to go through a couple of these, a few of these, and see if they went in one direction and how often it happens. Look, I'm trading every day. It happens once, January 7th. We have to wait. And this one went 7R. I mean, that should be included because we need to check. All it has to go is 4R, right? Yeah. It only has to go 4R, dude. It has to go 4R in one direction, just one straight line. So let's see it. A384. Let's take a look. A384. A384. Let's see if it went one straight line. So we went, I don't know if we're going long or short here. We're bunting this. So we're going long. We're going long. We would go long. And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 in one straight direction. Look at that. That was the first one. Okay. And then it died, but we would get out at 4R, like I said, on that. We would just get out at 4R. Okay. Well, anybody can look hindsight. You're right. All of the trades in between these lines, we're losing 1R. Guarantee you we're losing 1R every single time. This one went the same day. Okay, let's pick a different day. Fine. The next day, there was 0, 0. This one went, A407 went 11R, but we don't know if it got stopped out here. Let's take it, A407. Remember, the only way we can make money doing this is it goes in one straight direction. So let's see here. We got in long. Boom, we get in long. It rips to 1R, 2R. It rips to 2.75R. It doesn't get stopped out here. No, it keeps on going. And you look at these bubbles, I trailed my stop the entire way. Keep in mind, I didn't do the add-on package that I'm looking at right now. I didn't exponentially increase. I'm all these bubbles after 3R, so I'm actually almost at, I think at 2R, I'm break even, and then I'm positive. I stop adding so much, okay? I stop adding, and this one ripped again, so we would have captured the 15R that we're talking about. And how many trades in between does it have to take? I'll tell you right now. A 15R, if you make 15R, 1 divided by 16 is 0.0625, that's 6%. You have to lose 93% to be break even. If you happen to lose, my point is that if we can capture a 15R, 90% of the time, we're going to be profitable. We will be profitable. If we can capture it 80, 85, or sorry, did I just mention the other way? Excuse me, my bad. I'm sorry. If it goes, if we can capture a 15R, 6% of the time, it's break even. If we can capture it 7, 8, 9% of the time, we're definitely profitable. And the way I would run this is, look, we don't often, we might go in streaks that it might not get a win for a while because it has to literally move in one direction, which it can because my risk boxes are underneath 5% of the daily ATR. This shit, if people press the buy button, they fucking hold their finger on the space button too long, it just fucking zips in one direction. It just fucking happens. It just happens. You seen it right here. Let's keep going. I mean, that's what happens. A407. And if we can win sometimes, okay, fine. If we happen to lose, we'll martingale this. And my point is, running the martingale with a heavy risk reward like a 15R, we don't have to double our position. In 10 trades, if we were doing 1R, we would be losing, instead of $50 risk, we're risking, in 10 trades, we're risking $25,000. I mean, in 10 trades here, we're risking from $50 our original bet, just same thing as that one. We're risking now $89. I mean, from $50 to 89 is not a big difference because the 15R is such a big deal. If we can capture 15R, I don't know, once in 10, okay, not even. Okay, once in, I don't know, once in 20, but we give it enough space, let's say 40. I planned it out to 40. If we can capture one of these within 40 trades, we're going to be fine. We're going to be profitable because we will increase our bet size every loss. And you can see how much we have to increase our bet size. From $50 in 10, we're risking $89. Like I said, in another 10, from $89, we're going to be risking $170 now. Now we're starting to inflate it now. We're risking $170 this time. Not 89, not 50, 170, and we're halfway to our maximum loss. And then another 10 down the road, we're risking $325 now. This is a relatively safer version of Martingale because our bet sizes aren't going crazy. And that's the problem with Martingale, is because it increases so much, it's unreasonable to do. This is more reasonable to do. $50 risk than $300 risk. Yes, it's a big difference, but it took you how many losses to get there? It took you 30 losses in a row to get you there. And if you happen to win that $300 bet, you made your 15R, your positive 15R in that entire adventure, your positive 15R, and you can start over. And the idea is, looking at my ledger, I fucking lose all the time. But when I do win, I happen to get fucking lucky. A407. We already did that one. Let's go to the next one. So 005R. These went 5R. Technically we might be profitable there, but if it retraces, we'll get stopped out. So let's take a look. A409. A409 is probably going to lose. So we go long, right? We go long here. It goes up 1. It does not stop me out. 1 comes down, 2, 3, and that comes down and stops me out. We would have lost 1R there. Even though it kept on going, we would have lost 1R for sure. Keep on going to the next one. No, let's go to this one. A415. This one only went 4R. Did it go in one direction? Let's go. I don't know. We're in short on this one. We're in short. It goes down to 1R. Okay, we move our stop to break even. Our stop's still at break even here. Boom. You can see my bubbles where I trail my stop. It's gone to 2R now, and my stop's at 1. Look, it has to go to 4 for us to be done here. It goes 1, 2, 3R, and coming up, I think it'll get stopped out here. I think I do. I do get stopped out at 2R because it went 3 and then came back. It got me out. So we would have lost that one too. We can go in strings of losses that we don't capture it, but I'm telling you right now, 2, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0. Look at all these losses, 0, 0, 0s. I mean, this one went 4. This has a possibility of getting there. And then the next one's here. We can go in strings of losses, but if they're underneath 40, I think we're going to be fine. A429. A429 is, we go long. Let's see what happens. Oh, we go short or long? Where's my picture on this one? I'm not sure why I didn't snap that picture. I don't think I see it anywhere. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. I need another time frame on. Oh, okay. So this is the same 60-minute chart. So right here we go long. Right here, man, you can barely see it, but it went up. It literally looks like it did go one direction and then it came crashing down. I'm not sure about this one. I would need higher detail to see if I actually would have captured that. So let's keep. Oh, I did hard trail that. What did I get away with then? Oh, it's a big report and went up. and I flinched out at 2.5R. I got out manually. Never mind. I just flinched out. Next one, the big reports wouldn't work. We would get too much slippage. It wouldn't work. The slippage would be too immense. We need it go in one direction. I've done it. We've done it before where it goes in one direction. It doesn't need a freaking report to do so. A437. That's the next one. A437. We go short. It rips down to 1R. Does it come up? Boom, it gets out. 1, 2R, and it gets out at, it gets me stopped out. I would have trailed my stop, and I get stopped out. That one lost. Again, it went 10R, but I lost. This one is 5. This one went 5. A440. This will be the last one. I would just want to show you that it does end up going in one direction, and it's not like, dude, that's impossible. I'm just saying it does go in one direction sometimes. This one went down. You can see how this so much chop here. We would have gotten stopped out because we're trailing our stop, each one wrist box. This, you can see this. Or when did I go short? Yeah, I went short right away. We would have endured all this chop and we would have got stopped out for sure. We would have lost -1R on that. So the whole thing, we're -1Rs consistently. -1R, 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 until we hit our 15R. And my point is, we would not just flat out trade it. We would apply Martingale on this because the 15R is worth it to me. It's worth the risk to me. You trade 40 times, your cumulative loss at the end of 40, all of your losses added together is 10 grand. Okay. Our reward on one of these trades is 700. Okay. So if we can just trade it normally and you happen to capture $700, okay, all it needs to happen is you can't let it keep on going past 40 losses in a row. Otherwise you lose. That's the only way to lose, is to lose 40 losses in a row, in a string. I mean, that's pretty hard to do, I think. If I was doing the opposite, think about it. If this system sucks, then do the opposite. Okay, do the opposite. You're doubling down on a loser. It goes against you, doubling down. You're trailing your target. You're hoping that it comes back, but I've done that and I lose. You can't have your reward so tiny like that because you're basically, it's a 15R. Flip that around. You're making 1/15 of your risk on each trade. You're making 1/15 of your risk if you did the opposite here. Dude, in my personal opinion, that's risky as heck. One, and number two, it's so unlikely because when you're in the market, dude, things just fucking zap. Things just zig. Sometimes they don't zag. They just fucking zig. And you're like, what the hell? Well, this is how to capture the zig. This is the only, I mean, that's the way. I don't want to zigzag. I just fucking zig. The only way I win is zigs. Only. Zigs only. And if you're betting against it, if you're betting against the system, you better hope it doesn't go in one direction. You better hope it comes back and retraces. And I've seen the market too many times not retrace. It's too many times where it just goes in one direction, keeps on going. You're like, no freaking way it keeps on going. It just does. It just happens. It just does, man. Especially on the smaller time frames that I'm in. We're risking 5% of the ATR. We're tiny ass wrist boxes. These can fold over themselves. Like I said, they can fat finger this shit and it goes and jumps 5R in a matter of 15 minutes or less. It's happened, and I just showed you a few of them. And my point is, if we can do this, once every 40 frickin' trades, we're gonna be profitable. Just don't have a losing streak of 40. That's the system. That's what I would do. I would run this. And what's my risk? $50. My risk is $50. Okay, 10 times away. Now my risk is $89. Okay, 10 times away. Now my risk is 207 or whatever. If I lose 20 in a row, my cumulative loss, I'm in a drawdown of negative $2,000. If I win, what happens? I don't win, $700 and I'm still negative. I win $2,000 plus my original $700, my 15R. At the end of every trade, if we win, we will be up 15R every single time. That's the point of this entire Martingale system. If you lose, you double, meaning you will win. You make yourself win. You have to win. If you win, you have to capture. You have to capture the amount that you were trying to capture at the start, the original bet. The negative about all of this, the Achilles heel. What's the Achilles heel? Is that there's a nuclear fucking missile. The nuclear missile under us is the chance of it going 40 losses in a row, and you're adding size every loss. You will lose 10 grand. Boom. You'll lose 10 grand. It's limited. I'm done it. It's over. I mean, this is a way to do it. I'm just saying it's a way to do this. It's a way to have the chart go up. Instead of just doing a flat. And I like the way of adding, because when it does go in one direction, having a stop loss at where your stop loss was placed doesn't mean anything, because it's not going that way. If it keeps on going upwards, you just risked this amount for nothing. You might as well carry your risk up, add in freaking more contracts, carry your risk up, add in more contracts. That's exactly what the system's doing. This system is just adding, trailing to the maximum potential till we get to a 3R. It just needs to go, 4R in one direction. It's over. Capture 15R. Boom. Just like that. It's done. In my personal opinion, I would just keep trailing the stop and keep seeing if it can keep on going more than 4R, because you're at that point, you're risk free, number one. And number two, you have so much massive size on, and if you were negative that, you'd be like, oh shit, please give it time to go back. If it chooses to run, you're carrying such massive size with you. That is called a large size and large magnitude, and that's how we increase size of our account for sure. So, because every time I've lost is large size, it's going against me. Large magnitude, fucking no, it keeps on ripping against me, and I'm huge size, and I lose it all. Well, this is the way to do the opposite. You trail your stop, and you have a huge fucking position on. Frickin' position. So, that's my report today, and thank you, Peasant, for getting me out of my cage. I'm Mr. Martingale. Thank you so much for getting me out of my cage to see this, all right? All right, deuces. Peace and harmony.